What's up, guys? Alvaro here, and welcome to the bilingual stock market channel again. On this channel, we talk about the markets, but we do it in English and Spanish as well, so you can pick your preferred language. And in this video, and as I do it Mondays through Thursdays, I want to make a quick stock market update, so I want to break down some technicals, going over S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100, but also breaking down from a technical standpoint 3 stocks and 1 meme coin that tomorrow are going to be on the very top of my personal watch list. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. And the markets did pretty well today, guys. Russell 2000 went up 1.59%, Nasdaq went up 1.05%, and mind you guys, the Nasdaq, both the Nasdaq and the Nasdaq 100 went up today, whereas the 10-year treasury yield tilted today, going up 3%. So that's a puzzle piece. It's on the table. I don't know. Someone is lying over here. It's either tech or the 10-year treasury yield. Who knows? We might figure that out tomorrow. Dow Jones went up 0.98% and the S&P 500 went up 0.83%. And take a look at what happened with the battle 10-year treasury yield. It finally, guys, burst above 1.55%. And I had told you that if the 10-year treasury yield happened to burst above 1.55%, we were going to see, we were very likely to see the tech sector under pressure. And that's not what happened, guys. As you guys just saw, the Nasdaq ended up, and both the Nasdaq and the Nasdaq 100 ended up going up today. So the bulls of the 10-year failed last week on 2 occasions at 1.55%. We are talking about a former area of support back from late May. And now the big question over here is, what is going to happen tomorrow, guys? This is going to be an interesting one. So if tomorrow we have the jobs report, that is going to be for the most part, the most sensitive economic data that we are going to get in a matter of 2 weeks or so, until we get the CPI data report, which I think that is coming out on the 15th or the 16th. I don't remember. So if tomorrow we happen to have a better than expected jobs report, keep in mind that the expectations are at around 500,000 new jobs created in the month of September. So if we happen to have a way better than expected jobs report, we could expect the 10-year treasury to fill the gap up to 1.63%, guys. That's definitely in the cards. When I say 1.63%, we are talking about a former area of resistance in which the bulls failed on many occasions between May and June as well. So I think that the 10-year treasury yield would be potentially able to fill this gap up to 1.63%. So remember, the financial sector is a very heavy and important sector inside the S&P 500. So if we happen to have, as I just said, a way better than expected jobs report, then the financial sector and the inflation trade in general terms is going to do pretty well. When I say the inflation trade, I am talking about financials, energy, industrials, and materials. However, the most important sector inside the inflation trade is by far the financial sector. So we might have a situation in which we might see the tech sector under pressure, but if the financial sector does the heavy lifting, then we might not see an important downside, at least in the case of the S&P 500. If we are going to talk about the Nasdaq 100 and the Nasdaq, that might be a whole different story. So watch out tomorrow for the inflation trade, as I just said, guys, for those sectors: financials, energy, industrials, and materials. Today, by the way, we had jobless claims coming out way better than expected. It came out at 326,000 new claims, 38,000 fewer claims than the prior week. So this report was some sort of advance of what we might see tomorrow. And keep in mind, guys, that yesterday, you guys know that yesterday I couldn't record my video in English because I had to go to an appointment at 6 p.m. So yesterday we had the Adp Payroll Report, or the non-farm Adp report, or whatever the name of the report Yes, and we had a way better than expected ADP report because it came out at 568,000 new jobs created by the private industry, whereas the expectations were somewhere between 420,000 or 425,000. However, keep in mind, guys, that last month the ADP report came out at 374,000 new jobs created by the private industry, and 2 days after that, the jobs report, which is comprised of both the new jobs of the private industry and the new jobs of the public sector, came out at 235,000 new jobs. So the private industry alone created 375,000 new jobs, and the final job report, which is comprised of, as I just said, the private jobs and the public jobs, came out at a, let's say, minor number relative to the ADP report. So yeah, that's also a puzzle piece that's on the table, and the bears obviously are saying that the jobs report is cooked, but I am not going to talk about that. So anything can happen tomorrow, guys. So we had a way better than expected ADP report yesterday. Today we had a better than expected jobless claims report as well. So let's see what happens tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And when it comes to the sectors that trade inside the S&P 500, the worst sector today was utilities, going down 0.52%. And take a look at this, guys. So XLK, or the tech sector, went up today 0.92% in a day in which the 10-year Treasury yield killed it. As I just said, this is some sort of, a question mark that we have over here. The best sector today was consumer discretionary, which went up 1.55%, pretty much thanks to Amazon and Tesla, which are the most important stocks inside this sector. Amazon went up 1.30%, and Tesla ended up going up today 1.50%. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500, and the situation, guys, of the S&P is changing. However, and as I just said, everything is going to depend on whatever happens tomorrow with the jobs report. So the S&P, as I said in the introduction of this video, went up today 0.83%, and it closed today's trading session at 4,399 points. We were a hair away from closing above 4,400. And take a look, guys, at the spot in which the bulls failed today, right at the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart at 4,422 points, 44.22. And if you guys remember, in the video that we posted on Tuesday, I told you, watch out for the bulls filling the gap up to 44.22. That's the most important task that the bulls had to accomplish in today's trading session, and they failed, guys. They failed at a spot that it was kind of predictable that they were going to fail at. So the most important task tomorrow is going to be taking on 44.22, which happens to be a previous area of resistance in which the bulls of the S&P failed on 3 occasions in July and August as well, and that is coinciding on the 4-hour chart with this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. And in the case of the bears, I would say, guys, that they need to take on at least 43.57. 43.57 is a previous area of resistance in which the bulls of the S&P failed on 2 occasions back in late July. That would be the most important task for the bears of the S&P tomorrow. And if we take a look at the relative strength index of the S&P, it is at 55 points, very healthy. We can make the case that the S&P is neither oversold nor overbought. So watch out for the bulls, guys, bursting above 44.22. And maybe filling the gap up to 44.40. I think that the most convenient situation for the bulls of the S&P would be going higher slowly, guys, without making huge moves to the upside. So bursting above 44.22 and maybe closing above 44.42, which happens to be a previous area of support back from mid-September and also back from early August. And we are also talking about a former area of resistance back from early August as well. So that would be more than enough, guys. Maybe taking on 44.24, and then taking on 44.40. And mind you guys, once the bulls take on 44.22, that's it, guys. They are going to be trading above the moving averages, and that might be it for the let's say decent pullback that we saw in the S&P since the beginning of September. And in the case of the Nasdaq 100, the Nasdaq 100 went up today 0.88%, defying the 10-year Treasury yield, and it closed today's trading session at 14,897 points. And let me pull up here, guys. Let me show you the 5-day, 5-minute, and take a look at the spot in which the bulls failed today, right at 50,000 points. So clearly, the most important area of overhead resistance tomorrow is going to be 15,000 points. And if the bulls manage to be able to take on 15,000 points, then they are going to have a very tough task ahead of themselves at 15,150 points. 15,150 points is a previous area of overhead resistance in which the bulls of the Nasdaq 100 already failed on 9 occasions. And we are also talking about a former area of support that acted as such back on August 23rd. And on top of that, we have the convergence, the coincidence of the 180 SMA and the 4-hour chart with this area. 15,150 points. If the bulls happen to be able to carry out this task, they are going to be conquering both moving averages, this 50 SMA and this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. And we can say, if that happens, we are going to be able to say that the bulls are back in charge of the NDX. And in the case of the bears, they need to take on 14,780 points in order to be back in the game, which happens to be a former area of support back from mid-August and also back from late July. So that's the situation when it comes to the Nasdaq 100. And now let's go ahead and take a look at what happened in the case of Amc Entertainment, which went up today 3.56%, and it closed today's trading session at $38.14. So the apes took on $38, guys. This is bullish. So they managed to burst above a former area of resistance that acted as such on 2 occasions back in August, and we are also talking about a former area of support that acted as such on 2 occasions as well back in the beginning of June. And at the same time, they were able to burst above this 50 SMA and the 4-hour chart. So this is bullish. And if we take a look at the relative strength index of AMC, it is at 55 points, very but very healthy. AMC is neither oversold nor overbought, so watch out for AMC tomorrow, filling the gap up to the next important area of resistance at $42.50, which happens to be a former area of support back from the beginning of September and also back from the beginning of July. If the bulls of AMC manage to burst above $42 or $42.50, they are going to be accomplishing at the same time 2 very important tasks, guys. They are going to be bursting above a former area of support that now is supposed, or that should act as a new overhead resistance, and at the same time they are going to be bursting above this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. So I think that could lead to a shift in momentum, in which case I wouldn't be surprised if the apes of AMC can actually fill the other gap up to $48.30, which happens to be a former area of overhead resistance in which the bulls of AMC failed back in the beginning of September. So watch out for the apes of AMC, guys, starting to consolidate slightly above $38 in order to gather momentum to fill the next 2 gaps up. The first one up to $42.50 and the second one up to $48.50 or $49. So very good job for the apes of AMC today. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the second stock of this video, Alibaba. And this is the stock of a company that was left for dead, but Baba isn't dead, guys. So Baba went on an absolute tear today, going up 8.26% and closing today's trading session at $156. And we got very good news, guys. First of all, because I think that President Biden is going to have a virtual meeting with the president of China. The name of the guy is Xi Jinping, I think. So the markets are obviously seeing that news, in a positive way, or welcoming that news in a positive way. And on top of that, Mr. Charlie Munger, he is still believing in BABA. So they submitted to the SEC, to the Securities and Exchange Commission, a filing in which I am going to read here for you guys. In the filing, the Daily Journal disclosed that its stake in Alibaba had risen from 165,320 shares at the end of the first quarter to 302,060 shares at the end of Q3. That's an 83% increase, a near doubling of Munger's bet. The company's stake in Alibaba now totals about $45 million. We could make the case that $45 million in Berkshire Hathaway's terms is not a lot of money. But however, guys, these two guys, both Munger and Buffett, they know what they're doing, and they are putting more money on the table for good old Alibaba. So let me zoom in here on the 4-hour chart and take a look, guys, at the spot in which the bulls of BABA fell today, right at the 180 SMA and the 4-hour chart. And if we take a look at the relative strength index of BABA, it is very high. It is at, It is at 73 points. So we can make the case that BABA is, as of now, overextended and overbacked. So can the bulls break the next area of overhead resistance at $161 and fill the next gap up to $170? With the RSI being already that high, I don't know, guys. This might be a tough one. One scenario that could play out tomorrow or in the course of the upcoming days would be BABA bursting above $161 and then starting to consolidate slightly above $161. $161 is a previous area of overhead resistance in which the bulls of BABA felt back on September 17. So this would be a very healthy scenario for BABA, guys, because as I just said, the stock of this Chinese company is very overbacked. So the most convenient thing to happen, the most convenient scenario to unfold would be BABA taking on $161 and then starting to consolidate slightly above $161. So the relative strength index can take a rest, and then after BABA took a rest slightly above this area of overhead resistance, the bulls could easily fill the next gap up to $170. In my case, I own 150 shares of BABA at an average cost. Let me take a look at that, by the way, guys. I don't know how's my BABA's position doing as of now. So I am holding the bag. And by the way, I didn't show you guys a bunch of trades that I closed in today's trading session. So I own 50 shares at an average cost of $177. As of now, I have an unrealized loss of $1,000. So if BABA happens to burst above $161, I am going to be tempted in order to pick up 50 more shares so I can bring down my average cost, so I can dollar cost average this position of BABA that I just showed you. And by having 100 shares, if I happen to buy 50 more shares, I am going to be able to sell covered calls in the case of BABA. So for the bulls of BABA, it is going to be critical, taking on $161 in the upcoming days. And by the way, guys, let me show you real quick the trades that I took today. So I was almost forgetting about this. I sold a put option of NEO, and I sold the 31 back put that expires on November 26th. And I was paid, how much was it? I think that I was paid like $260. Let me see over here. Yeah, $260. So that's fine. I made $260 over here. And I sold out of the call option, guys, that I showed you of Beyond Meat that I purchased on Tuesday, because today the 10-year treasury yield was going up like crazy. And you guys know that Beyond Meat is a stock that trades on higher multiples. So I was like, you know what, this is a call option. I cannot hold the bag over here. I don't really have, room to make any mistakes. So I am going to lock in the profit. I purchased this contract on last Tuesday, paying $1,015. This is the 100 buck call that expires on December 12th. No, sorry, December 17. So I paid $1,015, and I ended up selling out of this call option, being paid $1,185. So I ended up making over here $170. And another position that I closed today, guys, and mind you, with this position I left a lot on the table, but that's fine, because profit is profit, was with SPY. In the case of the SPY, I purchased on October 4th 20 shares at $427, paying $8,557, and I sold out of these 20 shares today at $438. Yes, I left a lot on the table. It is what it is. And I was paid $8,774, so I ended up making over here $217. I closed today's trading session making $647, so I cannot complain about today's trading session. And the next stock of this video is going to be Vinco Ventures, guys, and the stock of this company went on an absolute tear today. It went up almost 7%, and it closed today's trading session at $5.34. And in the case of Bbig, we got good news. So this company is buying another company. So let me see over here. So Vinco Ventures and Sash Global Media and Entertainment said Thursday their VV Media Partners joint venture signed a binding deal to buy AdRiser for $108 million, comprising $25 million in cash and common Sash Global shares. So I don't know much about this news. I don't know much about Vinco Ventures, in my opinion. As of now, this is just a meme stock. So this was the news that caused this very solid day for Vinco Ventures. As I just said, the stock of this company went up today 7%. So I am going to keep a close watch on Vinco Ventures, guys, bursting above $6.50. We all know that this is a meme stock. This is a momentum stock. Let's just put it that way. So let's try to take a momentum trade over here with the stock of this company going up on good volume and momentum, as I just said. So $6.53 is an area that coincides on the 4-hour chart. Take a look. We are talking about a former area of resistance in which the bulls of this stock failed back on February 23rd. And on top of that, we have the 180 SMA coinciding on the 4-hour chart with this former area of overhead resistance. So I think that if we happen to notice a spike in the volume of Vinco Ventures and if the stock of this company burst above $6.60 each on good volume and momentum, then this is a stock that can make a huge push higher, guys. I wouldn't be surprised I wouldn't be surprised if I see Vinco Ventures filling the gap from $6.50 up to $9.72, which happens to be a former area of support back from the beginning of September. So if we were able, guys, to catch this move, as I just said, from $6.60 up to $9.60 or $9, we are looking at a 30% profit, guys. So keep a close watch on Vinco Ventures. Today we had good news. I don't really know what's the actual impact of the acquisition of the company that I just read you guys about. But the stock of this company had a very nice day. Take a look at the relative strength index of Bbig. It is at 44 points, very healthy from a technical standpoint. So I think that if the stock of this company happens to be able to burst above $6.50, we might see a nice push to the upside. Maybe not to $9.50. That would be a too ambitious price target, guys. But what about Vinco Ventures filling the gap up to $8, which happens to be a former area of overhead resistance in which the stock of this company failed back on September 24th. This would also be a very nice trade, guys, from $6.50 up to $8. We are looking at a 17% profit. So for any intents and purposes, watch out for Bbig bursting above $6.61. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the talk of the town, guys. Shiba Inu, and this meme coin has been absolutely insane. I have been getting a lot of questions about Shiba Inu, and I am not an expert by any means at this meme coin, but many people have been asking me what's the difference between Shiba and Doge, and some people actually ask me if Shiba is some sort of Doge 2.0. And there are some differences, guys, because Shiba is based off Ethereum, and in the case of Doge, Doge is based off Litecoin, and Litecoin is based off Bitcoin. So that's a difference, a big difference that we have over there. Something that caught my eye is that Shiba has an average hold time in Coinbase of only 13 days, guys. So that makes this meme coin variable very volatile, and it has an 83% trading percentage. So 83% of the people that let's say own Shiba as of now, at least in Coinbase, are simply taking trades with this meme coin, and we are talking about an average hold period of only 13 days, whereas in the case of Doge, we have an average hold period of 55 days. So figure that, guys. Doge is very volatile, but Shiba relative to Doge is way more volatile. So that is something that you guys need to consider before starting any position with Shiba Inu. And there are rumors over there, there are rumors out there that say that Robinhood might be adding Shiba to its cryptocurrencies portfolio. And I think that might happen, guys. Let's not forget that Robinhood disclosed during its latest earnings report that 30% of its revenue comes from Dogecoin. That was really mind-blowing. So the upper management of Robinhood is absolutely aware that they have a lot of customers that I shouldn't say this, guys, but they have a lot of customers that have no fucking idea what they are doing, and they are very likely to invest in these kind of meme coins at a long term, or they might be interested in, in holding these kind of meme stocks. That is not my case. You guys know that I have been taking trades with Doge, but that's all I have ever done in the case of Doge. That's a trade for me. That's not an asset in which I am interested in investing at a long term, at least as of now. So keep that in mind. I think that might be a very positive catalyst for both, for Robinhood and for Shiba as well. If Robinhood happens to confirm in the upcoming days that they are going to add Shiba to its cryptocurrencies portfolio. But take a look at this insanity, guys. So what price, if I were thinking, and I am not thinking about this, but if I were thinking about starting a position with Shiba, what am I going to be looking at, guys? 941, by the way. So I don't know how to pronounce this number. This is 0.0002471. I don't know how to pronounce this. I guess that many of you don't know how to pronounce this number in English. So I would say, guys, and I am going to probably set an alert, that if Shiba happens to drop down to 996, whatever this number is, that's a previous area of resistance in which the bulls of Shiba felt back in mid-September, also back in mid-August, and also back in July. So that might be a spot, an area in which I might be potentially interested in starting a position in Shiba. As I just said, 933, whatever that number is. But am I going to buy Shiba over here at 24.58? No fucking way, guys. This is an extremely volatile asset, and I don't want to put any money over here. I would rather keep on taking trades on Doge, which is another meme coin that I know pretty well, that we can make the case that at some point Tesla might make a move forward, or that maybe SpaceX is going to allow some sort of payments in Doge, or maybe Tesla might also be able to allow some sort of payments, at least when it comes to services in Doge. And I think that Amc Entertainment is also, and I think that the Dallas Mavericks, because it turns out to be that Mark Cuban is also a Doge bull. So Doge has Some people, I really need to do a deeper research work about Shiba. I have heard that this meme coin has a bunch of use cases. However, guys, I don't know. This has been absolutely insane. This meme coin is way more volatile than Doge, and in the case of Doge, we have Mark Cuban, we have Elon Musk. So I feel way more comfortable taking trades or even investing in Doge relative to Shiba. So in my case, guys, if I happen to see, as I just said, 917 or 917, 957, I might be interested in maybe starting a speculative position with Shiba. And with Shiba, Shiba Inu. I am going to wrap up this video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember, and keep in mind, guys, that here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we are posting stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. So if you want to get all of the notifications of all of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be subscribed. You have to be subscribed to this channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel in which we talk about the markets, but we do it in English and Spanish as well, so you can pick your preferred language. But most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys on next Monday, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. Peace out.